now I'm going to show you how to make almond milk, which is really easy to make. I'm going to make it two ways, one sweetened with a date and vanilla, and one just plain with almonds and water, which is the way I usually make it because then you can use the almond milk for anything. Sometimes I like it with a date and vanilla in it if you're making smoothies with it, if you're using it on cereals, if you're just going to be using it for something sweet and you like that extra sweetness, or if you're serving for kids and they like that, then sometimes I do it. And if it's going to be used right away, because if you put the date in, the sweetener makes it not last as long in the fridge. So you only have maybe 2 days to use the milk up. If you're using it all the time and making it every day, that's great. But if you want it to last 3 or 4 or 5 days, it's better just doing it just with the almonds and water. So it's simpler, easier, and it's the way to go. And you can always add sweetener later. You can add some agave or a date to your recipe or smoothie, whatever you're making. So I have, what we need to make it is almonds. I've had these soaking overnight. I put them in last night. You can leave almonds soaking in the fridge for 7 days, for at least a week, as long as they're refrigerated. Keep them covered with water, and every day just rinse them off. Just drain the water off and refill it with water, because they're constantly excreting things. They're living and they're taking the water in, they're excreting their waste, and soaking the almonds is great because you're getting rid of the enzyme inhibitor on the outside, so it's actually much better for you. It's pre-digested. The proteins are turning into amino acids, the carbohydrates to the simple sugars, they're getting broken down on their own, so they're much easier on your digestive system. So as it is, almond milk is way better for you than dairy, but with soaked almonds, it's really a lot better. So I'm going to drain these, and so we need almonds, water, a nut milk bag, dates and vanilla if you're using it, and a blender. And that's it. Okay, so I am going to drain the almonds and rinse them. And into the blender, I'm going to put 1 cup of almonds, 1 cup of almonds, and 3 cups of water. Oops. An easier way would actually measure the water in here, is you just fill it up from the sink first and then add a cup of almonds. But it's all good. So that's all there is to it. You put it in, put the lid on tight, and blend. Then when you're finished, you take your nut milk bag over a bowl, pour the almond milk in, and gently squeeze it out the bottom, and there's your almond milk. You'll be left with almond pulp in here afterwards, and I always save that because you can make wonderful things with that too. You can make cookies and desserts. A lot of people make cakes. I usually make cookies because it's just so simple to make with, and it's a great snack to have. That's it. I'm just going to put this in a bowl. I usually save this in a container in the fridge for when I'm ready to make cookies. Sometimes I make it right away, sometimes later. So the nut milk bag can just get washed out and you're left with your almond pulp and your almond milk. Next thing I do is I usually use a funnel and just put it in a glass mason jar and have a bottle of it in the fridge all the time. There. It's wonderful. Okay, from our freshly made almond milk, which is absolutely delicious, you can just drink it just like this. And it tastes so good.